All right, here we go. Volume cones. You actually already know how to do this if you know volume pyramids. So it's the same exact formula. If it has one base, you do area of the base times height divided by 3. If it's got two bases, so if it's a cylinder or a prism, you do area of the base times height. So here the difference is the base is going to be a circle. So that's going to be found by pi r squared. And the height is going to be the altitude, right? So the altitude is going to go from the tip perpendicular to the base. So I'll just do this example. If you feel pretty confident with this example, you can go try the homework. We do have one with trig, and we do have one with composite figures, though. So you might want to kind of wait up for that one. All right, so here we go. So I can't do 5 times 13 because 13 is not the altitude, right? 13 is the slant. So what I need to do is I need to do 5 squared plus x squared equals 13 squared. And if you know your Pythagorean triples, you know that that's got to be 12, right? So now I can do area of the base, which is going to be 25 pi r squared. That's area of the base, times the height, which is 12. So 25 times 12, let's just see what that is real quick. 25 times 12 is going to be 300 pi meters. And we're doing volume, right? Cubed. So area of the base times height. Every single time, it's just going to be area of the base times height. Right, this one. So again, this is 24. This is 10. So again, it's not the altitude, so we needed to go, okay, that's 5. Right, so we go, okay, we need to find the altitude. 5 squared plus x squared equals 24 squared. So we're going to go ahead and 25 plus x squared equals 24 squared. That's 576 minus 25. Take the square root of that. I get 23.47. So that's actually the height. That's this right here. So now let's find the area. So again, the radius of this is going to be 5. So it's going to be pi times 5 squared. So again, that's going to be 25 pi. That will be the area of the base. And then from there, we just multiply that. Oh, I forgot to do something. Back here, shoot. What did I forget to do? I forgot to divide by 3. That's 100 pi meters cubed. There we go. It's a cone, so we have to divide by 3. So 25 times 23.47, and then we're going to take that and multiply by 1/3. So times 25 divided by 3 gives me 195.6 pi. And that's going to be centimeters cubed. Always divide by 3 if it's a cone. Cool. This one, no math to do as far as to find the altitude. The altitude was given to us, right? So we got the radius here of 13, so we're going to go pi times 13 squared. And then we're going to multiply that by the height, and then we're going to throw 1/3 out in front. So 13 squared is 169 times 8 is 1352 divided by 3 gives me 450.6 repeating pi inches cubed. Cool. All right, number 3. This one's a little tricky. So we got the altitude here is 6, but we don't know what the radius is. But luckily, we can do trig to figure out the radius. So let me make sure mode. Let me make sure I was in radians. Make sure I'm in degrees here. So we're going to go, okay, opposite and adjacent. So I'm going to use tangent of 42 equals 6 over adjacent, multiplied by the adjacent side, and divide by the tangent of 42. So the adjacent side is going to equal 6 divided by the tangent of 42. So the adjacent side, or the radius for us, is going to be 6 divided by tan 42. Enter. 6.66. So we just found the radius, right? So you go pi r squared, pi times 6.66 squared times the height, which is 6. There's a lot of 6's in this problem, divided by 3. So let's go ahead and square that. Times 6 divided by 3. So I got 88.81 pi. And that's going to be, it doesn't tell me, so we'll just say units cubed. Cool. All right, a couple more here. So this one, again, some people might get thrown off because the altitude actually doesn't go to the center, it goes to the edge. This is just like a slanted cone, right? But the altitude is still 12. So the area of the base is going to be pi r squared, so 36 pi. Then we just take that and multiply by 12, and we divide by 3. So 36 times 12 divided by 3 gives me 144 meters, or 144 pi meters cubed. This one, a little different. We're going to try to find the radius if we know that the volume is 8 pi. So in order to do this, we'll call x, you can call it the radius, you can call it x. So it's going to be pi r squared. So we got pi times x squared times 6 divided by 3 equals 8 pi. I can clean this up a little bit. So 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2 pi x squared equals 8 pi. So if I divide both sides by 2 pi, I get 4. So I got x squared before, so I get x equals plus or minus 2. But we can't have a negative number as a radius, so x is just going to be positive 2. All right, last one. So here we have a composite figure, right? We have a cone, and we have a cylinder in the middle. So we could find, actually we can't find the area of the cylinder yet because we need to find out what this is, the altitude. This is kind of a weird diagonal of the cylinder. So if I know the radius is 3.5, that means this is 3.5 as well, right? I know that the whole thing is 7, so I can do Pythagorean theorem. 7 squared plus x squared equals 25 squared. So I'm going to figure out that this is 24. So if I want to find the volume of the cylinder, that's going to be equal to pi r squared times 24. And I don't divide by 3 because it's a cylinder. Now this cone and this cone are the same, so this is going to be, and they gave you the height or the altitude of the cone. So the volume of the top cone is going to be pi r squared. So again, pi times 3.5 squared times 16. But then make sure that you take that and multiply by 1/3 out in front. And then this cone is exactly the same thing. So the volume equals 1/3 pi r squared times 16. So actually what you can do is find this one, multiply by 2, and then add to that one. So let's figure this out real quick. 3.5 squared times 16 divided by 3. So I got each volume to be equal to 65.3 repeating pi. Right, so if I take that, let's see here, do 3.5 squared times 24. So I got the middle to be 294 pi. And then all I do is add these 3 together to figure out the total. So if I go 65.33333 times 2, enter, plus 294, enter, I get 424.6 repeating pi units cubed. Cool, same as cones. It's got one base, divide by 3. 2 bases, area of the base times height. Peace.